Good evening, good evening, good evening. Come into the Jaye Spot, replacing your G Spot every Thursday from 6 to 7, giving you real relationship talk, real relationship drama with the best nights of your life. Your host, Jay and Simply E, hold on, get ready to enter the Jaye Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo! You have entered the Jaye Spot on IntellectualRadio.com and iHeartStation. I'm your host, Jay, and this bubbling beauty right here is my co-host, my partner in crime, Simply E. Hey, E.
Hey, Hussein.
How are you?
Wonderful.
Is it cold enough for you?
Always cold enough for me. I like the cold.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I'm accepting cuddling applications because it's like really, it's just too cold to do anything but cuddle. Cuddle. That's all we're gonna do is cuddle because it's just too cold to just, do all the extra stuff. But you all, I want to thank you guys for joining us for another episode of the Jaye Spot on IntellectualRadio.com and iHeartStation. Please go to our Facebook fan page and like our page at the Jaye Spot. Also follow us on Twitter at Jaye Spot and also on Instagram at the Jaye Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. You all, I also want you to go. We're having an event in February. Woo! We are having a Singles Mingles Masquerade.
No, we're not.
Oh, wait.
Singles Mingles Mardi Gras Pajama Jam.
I couldn't get past my outfit. I'm sorry, you all. I just saw my nice outfit just flash, and I just had a flashback of the event that we had in October, the masquerade that you all missed in October.
Oh, we had a ball.
Yes, we did. And there was some beautiful outfits in the building.
Yes.
So if you missed out in October, be sure to not miss out in February. That'll be Saturday, February 18th at 8 p.m. 2017. It'll be at the Bronzeville Clubhouse, and that's located 3847 South Giles, and that's in Chicago. You all can go to our Facebook fan page for more details at the Jaye Spot, and that's Jaye. Last week, we talked about how money affects your relationship. Now, it got a little interesting last week. What do you think? Because
I'm trying to be nice.
it got a little interesting because there were some comments that were made that I really did not think were on the up and up. And one of the comments was made that, I would stop and talk to a woman that's on the bus. It doesn't matter what she has or what she doesn't have. And my thing is, well, I saw about 20 of them as I was on my way here to the station. And I'm wondering, well, did you stop and talk to any of them?
Mm-mm.
I just don't think so. And then for the other comment that was made, money is clearly an issue for relationships. What do you think, E?
Yeah, it's an issue for relationships. If you don't have any money, if you're not trying to get any money, if you're not trying to do anything, why should you try to have a relationship?
And that's what I thought too. It's just like, and it's not to be said in a negative way, but it's like, if you can't take care of yourself, how are you going to go? Like, who's paying the bill when we go out? Like, if you don't have any money, who's paying the bill? Who's putting gas in the car? Who's coming?
Baby.
Do you have a car?
Baby, listen. I rely on Casper for some things, but Casper cannot take me out and pay my bills and stuff. That's just something that Casper just doesn't do. And so if you're a real man, you have to do those things. And a real man, you have to have some type of income, period.
And the fact is that when there are financial issues, it definitely affects the sexual chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I can't foresee being romantically ready and our lights are off, or we don't have any food, or the clothes are dirty, the house is dirty, I can't see myself getting worked up and hot and bothered like I'm I can't see myself being in that place.
Dry like the Sahara Desert.
It
will be dry, baby.
And so it's not like it's about, oh, well, you have to get my hair. Listen, we need the basic essentials. We need those. And if we don't have that covered, I'm sorry. Like, you can be the finest thing, but I'm just like not attracted to you. So like, leave me alone and fix the problem.
I'll utilize you in my imagination. If you're the finest thing walking, that's fine. I mean, I utilize Denzel Washington all the time. Me and him have had so many times, some good times together in the bedroom. It's ridiculous. Hey, Denzel.
But with me, as I said, it's like, it's not that you go. We also talked about gold digging as a woman that chooses to only deal with men in a certain financial bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Is she considered a gold digger?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think she's a gold digger.
No, she's not.
If you have a lot to lose and you don't want to date or deal with anyone that cannot even, if you guys can't equal each other out, or he can't surpass what you're doing, it will cause problems.
Exactly. And even if it's a man that he wants a woman on a certain financial level, on his level, then he's not considered a gold digger. He wants that woman to be able to probably maintain herself or whatever, but he's not a gold digger. So a gold digger, if you're trying to get a come up, you don't have crap and all you want is a man or a woman that has something so you can get into their pockets, then you are a gold digger. But if you are already financially, situated and you just want someone on your level, you just want to make sure that you're secure and that they secure, and that's it.
And see, what also we didn't get a chance to cover, but I wanted to ask it today, should credit history be discussed prior to taking the relationship to the next level? Because if I have A1 credit and your stuff is in the toilet, we're going to have some problems. Right off the bat, if we decide to get married, we have problems. And I don't think a lot of people even focus on that, because there's, especially weather like this, will have you doing the horizontal mambo and you ain't thought two craps about your credit or money or anything until the springtime.
I could deal with the credit if it's messed up, depending on if you're making arrangements to pay your things off and stuff. That's one thing that, you're showing responsibility on that, because everybody has financial issues. Everybody, if you've been to school, you have 10 million in one student loans and whatever else, or if you've been sick, you have crazy hospital bills. So I understand all that, but it's another thing if you just sitting there, your credit is jacked up and you could care less about it, and now you want to try to get something and you want to use my name or your mama's name or something. I can't do all that.
Now, what about men that are collecting, that they have child support being taken out?
You just can't get married.
Would that be an issue?
We can't get married. I'm not going to pay for your child support. I'm not going to do that. I didn't create those children. I'm not going to do that. Now, I'm a very patient person. When they turn 18, and if they're not in school, we can get married and don't have no back child support, because we just won't be getting married.
And that's so true. So it's just like, if a man, he's making a decent living, but then he has different child support payments coming out. So now at the end of that child support coming out, he can barely take care of himself. Should this man be out dating?
Listen, no, you need to be having 2 or 3 more jobs, depending on how many children you have. And I say this only because I have 3 children of my own, and I literally have 3 side hustles. So depending on how many children that you have, especially if you're a man, I'm sorry, and if that 9 to 5 is not enough to take care of those children that you have out there, pay the child support, then you need to have a side hustle for each child that you have to cover yourself, and to cover them and stuff. So we can't do it. You can't dig in my pockets to pay for your children.
And again, that's just another thing that could definitely potentially cause strife and unnecessary problems in the relationship if it's not discussed in advance, and if a game plan is not put into play. That could definitely destroy the marriage or the relationship, because a lot of people don't like to talk about this because it's serious.
Yeah.
it's serious. A
And
lot of people
afraid.
get caught up in the moment of, oh, they did this and they did that, all the performances. But when all that's said and done, and when we have to actually live our lives, can we make it?
Everything is real. And you can't be afraid to ask these questions because of fear of losing that person. Everything is real. I'd rather ask you these questions and stuff. And I told you, if we get to a point that I'm with you and it's been past 3 or 4 months, I'm running a credit check on you. And it's not even a credit check, but I'm running a background check as well. Because you may tell me, well, yeah, I was in jail at one time. And then it turned out you was in jail because you done killed your whole damn family. And I got to look at you and be like, dang, I done gave him up some monkey and stuff. And it was good. That's why it was good, because he was crazy. Because, crazy men got delicious wink wong. And crazy women got, wonderful monkey. So, so I'll be like, oh, snap. I got to let that go.
But it's too late now. I
have to just use my imagination and break out Old Faithful.
You already gave it up. So now he don't want to get ghosts because it was good.
Better let it go.
He's like, ho. You ain't getting rid of me that fast.
Like, dude, I love you and everything else, but Edra, yeah, but see, I went to Checkmate. Checkmate told me that you killed a couple of people, and I think you ate some of them too. I can't even do. That's why it was so.
And you forgot to mention it.
So I can't even do this. I have to let you go. Don't kill me. That's why I'm breaking up with you over the phone. Usually I do a face-to-face breakup. But some people, when they're crazy, you have to do a phone breakup, because if they're face-to-face with you, he might try to eat you right then and there.
And see, here's the thing too, just to kind of get off topic, because I do that a little bit. It's almost Christmas. So with that being said, if the breakups and the fights and stuff are starting, I did this last year, chances are you may be a side piece. You're not number one, so don't expect a Christmas gift if you guys have been fine since a few days after Thanksgiving up until now. And now we're like 2 weeks away from Christmas. Yeah, you may want to check the validity of your relationship and check and see what your position is, because
it's a wrap. That ain't you. You is like number 3 or 4 down the line, and then after the New Year's come in, February's kind of cold. Come on back, because I need that little side booty piece, to warm me up a little bit. So come on back. I love you. I was sorry. I was out of my mind. That's the lie they're going to tell you.
Ooh-wee.
I didn't know what was going on. I was just so stressed out, and I didn't want to, bring that to you, so I had to let you go. Don't use that line, fellas, okay?
And I knew I wouldn't be able to, it's been hard out here at the job, and I wasn't going to be able to get you anything nice, and I love you and I care about you.
They going to do that after Valentine's Day, though. It's not going to happen in the beginning of February. It's going to be happening after Valentine's Day, because you're just now getting back your income tax money.
But you know what? If it happens after Valentine's Day, you all don't even worry about it. Just meet us at 3847 South on Giles for the Singles Mingles Mardi Gras Pajama Jam. And you all, it is going to be nice, cozy, and sensual.
Please don't be too underdressed, because if your nipples freeze and fall off onto the floor, we're just going to kick them little things out the way
and keep going.
We're going to keep it moving.
Keep going.
So if y'all see little brown things rolling around the floor, just kick them on out the way. Shoot them, play some dice with them or whatever. Hey, we just keep it moving. It's going to be all right.
Well, again, that will be Saturday, February 18th, 2017 at 8 p.m. We're going to take a quick break. Tonight, we're going to be talking about, should a woman propose to a man? What do you all think about that? If you guys have any personal experience or you want to chime in, you guys can call us at 708-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953. Fellas, would you want a woman to propose to you? Women, has anyone out there proposed to a man? If so, how did that work out? Hit us up. 708-223-8953, or you guys can chat with E on Facebook Live. We will be back after this short musical break. You're listening to the Jaye Spot on IntellectualRadio.com and iHeartStation.
So Wall Street and Pissing always got you. I got you. L-O-V-E I'm a runaway running down Love Street. Your love's got a hold of me. I'm a slave, no set me free. I'm a runaway running down Love Street. From the block to Broadway, to Wall Street and Pissy always. I got you. I got you. From poverty and pain, baby, you know. I got you. Ain't no shame. Baby, I'm a moon, and I'm your star. Together we set the bar. For those who aspire to be who we are. You're not
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Jaye Spot on IntellectualRadio.com and iHeartStation. I'm your host, Jay, and this bubbling beauty, Ray of Sunshine, my co-host, partner in crime, Simply E. Hey, E.
Hey, boo thing.
How y'all doing?
We are wonderful.
Just in case y'all didn't know why I'm asking why, how y'all doing? She has some visitors.
I have twins in my belly. We are fine.
Twinning.
And see, we were supposed to be waiting, and you see how that worked out.
Yeah, I wish it was that way.
Congratulations. When are you due?
I'm due in June.
Oh, you got a long way to go.
Don't remind me. They're not mine.
And this sexy diva sitting next to E, we have Miss Eb Reed.
Hi. Hey, everybody. Feels good to be back.
It's good to have you back.
Thank you for the invite.
Good. What you been up to?
Oh, I just been up to nothing.
Well, tell people how they can get in contact with you.
Well,
and
you
what
can
you look forward to.
You
doing.
can contact me on Instagram at OMG_Eb and also on my Facebook at Ebony Reed on Facebook. Yep.
Awesome. Okay, well, we are going to get into this topic right here. You all, first, I just have to let you know that tonight there was no man brave enough to
Don't say that.
tackle
Don't say that.
this topic face to face. We did not have that. So I tried the best that I could. So if there's any man that want to vocalize their opinion on behalf of the men tonight, call in 708-223-8953, because if not, I'm going all the way in, like all the way in.
Okay.
Should a woman propose to a man?
Let me ask my Facebook Live that question. The topic is, should a woman propose to a man? They asking me what's the topic. So you guys can go ahead, and if you want to jump in on here, then come on, we're gonna go ahead and read your comments off Facebook Live as well. Go
Now,
ahead.
what do you think, Eb? Should a woman propose to a man?
Well, I'm gonna get a little biblical on you.
Please do. Break it down.
Because
Break
in
it down.
Proverbs 18:22, it states,
That's right.
if a man finds a woman, he finds a good thing and he finds favor in the Lord. So hell no. Hell no. Hell no. I will not never. I will not never, ever, no. No. So we can, if y'all want to keep talking about this subject, we can, but this is it. Period. Ain't no comma behind that. Hell no.
And that's it. Like,
Okay, to the show.
All right, cut.
what about you, E? What do you think? Do you think should a woman propose to a man?
Depends on how you feel. I mean, I did it actually.
Did you? Oh, I love to hear this.
I did it, and we got engaged. I proposed to him. We got engaged, but we didn't go through with the original plans.
Because he didn't find you.
Well, no, he found me all right. Then the next year, he proposed to me.
Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was like, okay, well, I was mad because I'm like, all this time, we didn't wasted a whole year, but he didn't want to do it like that. So the next year, he cornered me in the kitchen and proposed to me.
Okay. So he wanted to be the one.
He wanted to be the one to marry. Yeah, to ask me to marry me.
So did he do that because he really wanted to do it the correct way, or was he just not ready when you asked him?
So he wanted to do it when it was time, when he felt it was time. Because at first, we had our children like that, but he still wasn't ready to be married. He didn't want me to leave, but I was like, okay, I done got the ring. I mean, I did the whole 9, but I couldn't. Like, you see the commercial or the pictures and stuff where the woman is on her knee. I couldn't do all. I'm not getting on my knees.
That's definitely not going to happen. We have a Facebook Live. Leonard, he says, read the book of Ruth. What did Ruth do? What did Ruth do, Leonard? What did Ruth do? Because I don't care about Ruth. Listen here. And sweet baby E, she's a beautiful gem. But baby, no.
Are there any men, hit us up, are there any men that would accept a marriage proposal from a woman? Would you want her to get down on one?
I saw that now. I wasn't, I couldn't even, I was so scared. I had the lights off. I'm laying in the bed next to him and I had the ring and I was like, ask your question. He's like, yeah. It's like, will you marry me? And he was like, what? So I put his hand on the ring. Oh, you're serious? I was like, yeah, but because I didn't, I just didn't want him to look at me or the fear of rejection or whatever.
Right.
And so he had, said yes, but then we started having a lot of issues. And then we talked about it and he was like, I'm not ready to be married. I don't want you to leave, but I'm not ready to be married. And I was like so ticked off because we had planned the date. It was going to be on our birthdays. I was ticked. I had a bridal shower. Oh. I was so ticked off. So I started selling all my stuff in the house. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, I'm gone. I'm going to my mama's house. I'm done with this. And then he was like, please don't leave me. Broke down and cried and everything. And he was like, you're the only family that I have.
Oh, wow.
And so then the next year we was in our kitchen. And that's when he was like, I want you to marry me.
Oh. Now, if I propose to a man, I'm getting him pregnant. Exactly. I'm going to make him have my baby. He's going to, if I propose to a man, you're getting pregnant by me and you're going to have my baby.
And she'll do it.
Because here's the thing. It's just like, if I'm going to take on that role,
exactly. I'm going to be the man. Exactly. Like, all the way.
All the way. Relationship.
All the way. Let me read this comment, y'all. Edward Collins said, he's not trying to be sarcastic or nothing, but a woman will ask a man for everything else and she expects what she expects from him. So why shouldn't she ask him to marry her? And once again, he's not being sarcastic.
I mean,
well, the thing is, again, back to what you stated, you have to find me. I want you to find me. So here's the thing, you asked for some, you didn't have a problem with hesitating and asking for some, so why not ask for my hand? Why not make this right? Official. Why not make me honest?
Exactly.
If we're going to talk about who's going to be asking why it wasn't a debate for you to ask me that.
Exactly.
You slid on in.
And marriage is supposed to be if we're going to be in a relationship, marriage should be the next step. That's what it should be coming to. It's not like you're supposed to be, dating somebody forever and it doesn't turn into anything else. Marriage is supposed to be the goal, the common goal. So, like I said, I'm going to go back to the Bible verse. I don't think that, to each his own, you know what I mean? And then what if I fear rejection all the way around the board. I wish I would get down on my knee, and not even get down on my knee, but just ask a man, like, would you marry me? No, because I feel like if you are ready, then you will propose that question to me. And if you are not ready, we will not be engaged. You wouldn't be asking me that question. So no, I would not do that. I'm so sorry.
So now, should a woman expect for a man to propose to her after being in a relationship for at least 2 years? When should that thought of expecting a proposal come?
We expect that within a year. We've been together, we've spent all this time together, we go out, we've met family, we've met friends and everything else. So in a woman's mind, we're expecting a proposal to come along. We're expecting it because we done did everything else. And then when there is not a proposal that's happening, you got all these, holidays that are coming up. So you're expecting, okay, I know he's going to pop it. Then we've been talking about marriage, because she's going to start the conversation on marriage. So we've been talking about it. But yet when he doesn't do it, then you still got to let down because you're still anxious and wanting him to go ahead and do it. So she shouldn't expect it, but we do expect it.
What do you think, Ev?
Well, I think that it should come when it's time, not when you expecting for someone to ask you the question, because you could be in a relationship with someone, but that doesn't mean that you guys are ready to get married, because that comes with a lot of responsibility. Are y'all finances together? What do you have any other children outside of this relationship? Like what is really going on outside of these boundaries right here? So like, are y'all ready to get married? Because if everything is together, and if you vibing with somebody, I just don't think, like, it could be 3 months. I know people that got married. I mean, look at Khloe Kardashian. She got married to Lamar after how many? But I really think that she genuinely loved him. I don't care. I think Khloe loves him. I do.
You like Khloe.
I like Khloe. That's my Kardashian. I think that she genuinely loved him, and I think that he genuinely loved her.
Tina, but that don't mean that it worked.
No, but when you're a celebrity, it's different, because you have to live your life in the spotlight, and you don't have, there's no boundary. You don't have any privacy or whatever. So, I mean, that's different. But no, I just think that when you're ready. But then we have a woman that wants to get married for the wedding, and doesn't want to get married to the commitment, and she wants to get married for the idea of being married. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends. I mean, that's just my take on it.
And what I think is I think the reason that I said 2 years, because that to me, that's kind of far-fetched, because I believe that if people really take the time to go through the process of dating and getting to know each other, then I don't think that it takes that long. It's like, you either know you are or you're not.
Right.
I'm the one. You gonna take this further, or you're not. And I ask guys that. Listen, are you done hoeing? Are you done playing?
Exactly.
Because if you're not, then at least now I know how to proceed forward with you.
Right. Or release me. Let's ask Roger Washington. He's watching. That's my cousin. He's also a pastor as well. Roger, what do you think? Should a woman ask a man? Should a woman propose to a man? What do you think about that, Roger? I got a lot of comments right here, but let's talk about these. I mean, just like I was saying about and if you do ask your man to marry you, then are you going to be committed? Like, what are you bringing to the table? Because a lot of women don't have nothing to bring to the table when they be expecting these rings. You know what I'm saying? So what are you bringing to the table? What do you have to bring to the table? Are you financially stable? Because us as women, we always want that man to be financially stable, and we want him to have a horse. We want him to have a rod. You know what I'm saying? Like, but what do you got? Is you wet? You know what I'm saying? Like, how your bank account looking? It goes both ways. You know what I mean? So if you, you know what I'm saying? So if you're going to ask this question, are you ready? Or it goes back to what I said, or do you just want a wedding?
Right. And I think a lot of people, especially women, can't get past, they don't see the marriage. They only see the wedding. But again, if people stop and take the time to get to know each other, then you will see, okay, I don't even like the way he looks when he wakes up in the morning, or all those extra little things that irk you. If you got the chance to know him, you'll see, okay, is this something that I want to deal with for the rest of my life?
Exactly.
Or am I just getting caught up in the fantasy of being wined and dined? Am I getting caught up in the fantasy of planning a wedding and what size the ring is going to be and all these different things? Again, as I said, if people just take the time to get to know each other, I think it'll alleviate a lot of that, and it'll definitely keep you out of la la land.
Yes,
because
it also cut down the divorce rate, because you know people want to get married because, I mean, especially with social media, everybody want to be on social media, everybody want to stunt, everybody want to be in love, everybody want to post a picture of their boo. You know what I'm saying? So then you want to create this
illusion
exactly for the people, but then you get yourself in a situation. So now you marry, you done did it for the gram. You had this big wedding. Y'all done came up, y'all done stole from the payday loan, stole to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all done hit all type of licks, found the car crackers and everything. Now you got to pay for this stuff. So now you into this marriage. Now you're getting divorced. Why? Because you got financial problems now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because now y'all stressed out because bill collector study calling him. You stressed out. He ain't getting hard. You ain't getting wet and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like now y'all got problems because you wanted to do it for the gram, because you wanted to marry this man for a wedding, not because you loved him. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother problem.
And then when you talk about love, are people even falling in love anymore? Baby. I just believe if this man loved the woman, then it doesn't take all the shenanigans. It's like it doesn't take you trying to convince him and show him this. If he loves you, he'll see that. And if he doesn't see that, then it doesn't necessarily make him not a good man. It just means that you're not for him.
Exactly.
You don't have what it is that to open his eyes. And I think a lot of time we as women want to place a lot of the blame on the man. Oh, no. But a lot of times it's not them. No. It's just not. And again, that's a question that I ask. It may not be me. This may not be working between us.
Yes.
Doesn't mean that you're not a good man. It's
no, because a lot of women do not. A lot of women do not want to be honest and say that it's that it's them. Mm-hmm. So it's way more easier to put the blame on the man, because I mean the man been dogs for so long. You know what I'm saying? So it's easier to say it's your problem, it's you, but sometimes it's you because you have daddy issues. Yep. Sometimes it's you because you're insecure.
No, but sometimes it's them because they got mommy issues.
No, I mean, I'm well, that's true too. Yeah,
they
because
they be
be stuck on that mama.
Depending on how you are. If you're a very secure woman, they're insecure with that because you're free spirited. You're very secure within yourselves, and they don't know how to handle that because they've never dealt with somebody like that and that's secure within themselves. You know, so it's a lot especially when you go into a marriage and stuff. You really. Everything changes, and people say, no, the stuff doesn't change. It does change. You're no longer dating anymore. You belong to one another. Exactly. And that's the difference when you go into a marriage. When you're boyfriend and girlfriend, you don't have papers on one another. Mm-hmm. You go into a marriage, that's your slave owner, you are his. So everything is real, you know. And you do have to respect and obey one another. And that's what people, period, regardless if it's a man or a woman, you don't want to obey him and you don't want to respect her, you know. And so when you get, through with that situation, when you deal with that issue, then you can really understand what marriage and stuff is about.
Right. So you have to obey for real?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, God, what is it called? It's called being come on, y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Submissive?
Yes, being submissive.
Those are words that make
exactly. So I don't know, so like if you gotta be a little submissive to me too. I don't mind being submissive to a point. Now if you the type of man that really wanna just like, dog me and leave me in the house bare feet and pregnant, then that's another thing. Cause then now you just really want me to be your slave. But I think that you should honor your man. I mean, like if you on a spiritual level. You know what I'm saying? Like you are supposed to be submissive to your mate, but not to the point where he's making a fool out of you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So and as for me, as you ladies were saying those two words, submit and obey, like I'm starting to get hot flashes or something. So you don't think you could be submissive, Jay? I'm just not there yet. I'm not there. And see, the thing is, I'm honest enough to say, listen, I believe that and I know that. But I'm not there. So what problem do you have with it? The man. It's definitely I know I cannot submit to just anybody. Like but what if you find that man? Then I'm gonna have to, and I know that I will no longer physically have this condition when I hear those words. But until that point, like and I've tested it out from time to time, and I'm just like, no. I can't see you following me. I can't see you being my head because I know the way it's supposed to go. Exactly. I'm speaking of the man that finds you, your soulmate. Mm-hmm. See, because a lot of people jump in relationships because of maybe like they're so caught up on like what they think this man got, or he got this, or he got some money, he got some bread or whatever. But do you know him? The foundation of your relationship should be your friendship. You know what I'm saying? So when you start dating someone, you're supposed to build a friendship. And then he's supposed to be your best friend. So when stuff gets tough and everything falls apart, you fall back on that foundation, which is the friendship. And a lot of people don't have that in a relationship, and it ruins everything because you don't know who this person is. That's not your friend. You could fall out with your best friend, but then you could call the next day and be like, you know what, girl, let's go out for coffee. And that's how it should be in the relationship as well. You know what I'm saying?
Also, to add on to that, both people should know their place in the relationship. Like the man should know that he is the head, that he is the leader, and the woman should know that she is the helpmate. But if you don't know that, then that's clashing of the powers right there, because you want to be the man, he want to be the woman, because now you know, it's like we just definitely have a lot of reversal of the roles.
Well, they don't know that because they've not been taught. That's the thing, you know, it's not like how our parents came up or their parents came up, whatever. At that time, they were taught, you know, your role as far as in the household, period. They were taught. Now, there's no one to teach these children, or no one stepping up enough to teach these children or these young men and women,
yes,
and even the older ones, you know, what their role is. They don't know, and they're not trying to. By the time they get to, you know, Stan's age over there, they're not trying. They're not trying to accept what you're trying to teach them.
That's true, and I can get a little personal. Is because, you know, like I could say that I'm probably not in a relationship because I'm not ready. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that it's a lot that I have to get, you know, fix on with myself, because I want to have something to bring to the table as well. And also, sometimes it's hard for a woman to love and respect a man, especially if they've grown up and never have seen a real relationship blossom. You know what I'm saying? So I've never, and I don't want to get too personal. I mean, but everybody on my Facebook is really, well, shit, we're like relax now. But I've never seen my mother in a relationship. When her and my father broke up, then they were broken up, and she wanted to respect us, so she never brought men around us. Mm-hmm. So I never really seen her, you know, in a relationship. My grandfather wasn't around, but him and my grandmother was separated. So like the women in my family, they raised us to be strong, independent. So then when you get in a relationship, you come off as aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Because I was raised to be this strong, independent woman, and sometimes it could be hard to let the man lead.
I went through that. I remember because I don't know if I was sick or something, and I was starting fights with my husband at the time, and he was like, "What is your problem?" And I broke down and cried, and I said, "I don't know how to let you lead me, because I'm so used to being so independent. My mother was very independent, even though she had been married, you know, but still she was just such a strong woman. So when you grow up around all of that, it's just difficult. And the women in my family are very strong women. They're very business oriented and stuff. So when you see all of this, it's very hard for me to allow you, because that's what you're really doing. You're allowing this person to lead you. And I told him that I don't know how to. I've been doing this all this time, raising these children all this time on my own. So to relinquish the reins and pass it over to someone else, that was difficult for me. That was so hard for me to do. And he was like, "I'm your husband. I'm supposed to." I'm like, "You don't get it, you know."
And even the kids feel a certain type of way as well. You know what I mean?
Because when he would come home, they would be right there. But when I walked through the door, they would scatter. They would be like trying to do chores and everything else, because they were more afraid of me than him. And he had an issue about that. He was like, we got into a fight. He was like, "I believe y'all running this and other, but when I come in, y'all just relax and chill." And I was like, "Cause I'm mama, you know, I'm the one that whooped they behinds. You play, I whoop them, you know." So I still had a hard time with just saying, you know, you do this, that, the other, and I'll just sit back. It's hard. I couldn't do it. It's hard.
And I totally agree. And I know that that's where I am. I can honestly say that I have gotten better, but I know that it has to be, you have to bring it. Like you cannot come half stepping and think that I'm just gonna follow right behind you.
No, absolutely not. That's not what it's gonna be, period. You know what I mean? Like you definitely gonna have to bring it. You're definitely gonna have you the man. You're gonna have to lead.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to lead, and you're gonna have to be strong enough to break me down from being so independent
Yep.
and so strong. You know what I'm saying? So that's my problem why I am single right now, because I have yet to find that man. It's either I'm intimidating a man, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm very vocal and I don't need a man. Like, well, I hate when women say that they don't need a man, because yes, you do.
need a
You
man.
know
And a
what I'm
man
saying?
needs a woman with
Yes,
that
you do.
crap. You do
But
need
what
each
I'm
other.
saying is like I've been making it. You know what I'm saying? So far, I've been making it, but oh baby, but a little some help. Oh yeah, I've definitely,
It's wonderful.
baby. You know, but I done lost my train of thought.
See, and it's like you can be the co-captain. You know, I understand that he's going to be the captain and I'm going to be the co-captain. I understand that. But again, just because you are of a male species, to me, in my opinion, does not make you a man. It just does not. Just because you got a tree hanging between you, that doesn't make you a man.
It doesn't make you a man. That's why we want that man that is a man.
That is,
You know what I'm saying? So that's why
man.
Exactly. So if you're not that man, if you haven't showed me you that man, we're not even gonna get to the point where we even speaking about
And guess
getting
what?
that far. It's not gonna get that far because you
Saying-
already showed me.
And then by us saying this does not intimidate the men that we're talking about. But a male of a male species, oh, now he's thinking we bashing men and this and that. But that grown man, he'll know
be able to
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I know, I got
Yeah.
you. And that's what it is that I need.
Exactly.
And if you don't have that, I know this.
Right.
So if you don't have it, I'm not going to try to direct you and change you and mold you into what I want you to be. You either have it or you don't.
Or you don't.
Now, I know for me, I'm probably going to be hiding some money again, have different accounts.
Of course, we
like
glad
this.
it's fast now.
Because again, like you said, I'm so used to being single. I'm so used to running it that I don't know if I would be able to not run it. So I'm going to definitely have to ask him, can I run it like most of the time? But
you're gonna have to learn.
You're
gonna have to learn to take the back seat to some things, because you don't want your man feeling less of a man either. Now
hard stuff.
You know what I'm saying? But then we say that I want to do this, and then we get that man that's gonna let us do what we want to do. Then we're gonna be talking about something. You soft,
right?
Then you ain't gonna want no parts of him because he just too soft, too weak. You just let me do anything.
Even to take the back seat to some things, because naturally you mother, so you protective of your children and everything else. And I remember when my youngest son, he had turned, I think it was 6. It was his birthday. So we're at the mosque and he had gotten into it with some little boy, and he busted the little boy's nose because the boy had said, well, your mama's fat, and that's why, and he lost his 2 front teeth. So he was like, and that's why your gums look like you've been eating boo-boo. And he was like, what'd you say about my mama? Your mama fat. And so he busted the boy's nose. And I'm at home, and so my husband had called me up and was like, I got a call that Amon had did this, that, and the other. I was like, okay. He was like, I'm going down there, I'm about to handle that. I said, wait. Did you ask him before you go and whoop him or whatever? Did you ask? You know your child better than anybody knows him. So you know whether or not he has started something or whatever. So did you ask him what happened, or are you going off of what you heard? And he was like, okay, let me ask him, because he had talked to the other father, and the other parent was so upset that his child got a bloody nose. Turned out his son was older than my child, and his son had started all the things that my child got tired of it. So for me, I heard the guy in the background fussing, and I'm yelling at my ex-husband, at the time, whatever. And he's like, stand down, Edra, stand down. And I'm like, man, I want to be up there. I wanted to go handle this dude, because this is my baby. And now I have to listen to my husband tell me to stand down and just sit at home. That is some irritating stuff, to not be able to do what's naturally in you, which is to defend, your children and stuff. So.
But that's what you want the man for. That's what I would want my man to be, the protector. I would want my man to say, you know what, I got this. You know what I'm saying? But hold on, let me pause y'all, because Leonard Sullivan wants to ask Jay, what makes a woman a woman? Since you say what makes a man, what makes a woman a woman?
I'm so Leonard. Hey, Leonard, I'm glad that you asked that, because again, just because she has the female part and she done birthed a few children does not make her a woman. What makes her a woman is her taking care of her responsibility, herself, and all those things that are around her. That's what makes her a woman. If she's contributing to her family, to society, to people around her, just being an overall doer and not a sayer. not a person that's out looking for attention.
Or
You're
a
just
come up.
helping. You're just helping. Whatever you can find your hands to do, whatever you can lend an encouraging word, a kind gesture. That's what makes a woman a woman. Someone that you can come home to knowing that she's going to be your peace, your serenity, your joy. That's what makes a woman a woman. I hope I explained that well enough.
Well, he says, well, that just make her a responsible woman.
No, that makes her a woman. I don't know.
Hey, Toya.
I don't know. What's your definition of a woman?
What's your definition of a woman?
I didn't give you a good job. I didn't do a good job.
He said that just makes her a responsible woman.
But with that, I wanted to piggyback on, is a man considered weak for accepting a woman's proposal? Do you guys think that makes him weak?
That's a great question.
I had a lot of men that I had when I posted this over social media, they was like, if she wants to be married, then yes, she should ask me. You ask for everything else. And I was like, oh wow. Then I had my men's group and they were like, nah, we should ask, don't take that from me and you want to ask. And I was like, well, certain time, the way it is now, women are doing these things. And it was like, well, no, I'm the man.
I think that the men that probably said that that's okay out of can I say this, out of titty men. Like they still getting breastfed by their mom.
I don't know. I'm
like
just saying.
I don't know. I just don't.
So is the man's role in the marriage emasculated?
No.
If the woman proposes and he accepts,
because you're gonna still do what you're supposed to do. I don't care if I did ask you. You still, when I did ask my ex-husband, whatever. I mean, he still, and even through our engagement, he still covered me. He still covered them bills. He did everything he was supposed to do and stuff. Yes. So, and though we didn't do we ended the engagement or whatever, and I guess we still kept it or whatever. But then when he turned around and asked me, he still continued to do what he was supposed to do, cover the bills and take care of the household and stuff. So he knew what it was to be a man. So no.
So now if a woman proposes to a man, should that man accept her last name? Just like if you, it's a legitimate question.
It's funny. Like when you're Muslim and stuff, and if you have the last name Muhammad, and you have and you come in and you have like your slave name, so you get married to a woman whose last name is Muhammad, then you're supposed to take her Muhammad. And you have some brothers that they don't want that, though Muhammad is a holy name, they don't want that because it belonged to her and stuff. And you have some brothers who will take the last name Muhammad.
But if I propose, as again, I'm getting you pregnant, you having my baby, and you are going to take my last name. So
Jay say, if I propose to you, you coming on your period.
Right, you gonna do all of it.
You is mine.
Because I feel like if I've had to do that, then in my mind, I'm leading the relationship. In my mind, I'm leading the relationship. So if a man did not propose, does that mean that he really didn't want to get married? Do you guys think that?
No, but men know. What we don't understand is, we're
we have a call.
What's the button? You called the Jaye Spot. This is special, Simply E. Special E.
Special E.
Who am I speaking with?
Hello? Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. I just want to say hello to everybody. I'm the guy that couldn't make it.
Oh, hi. Man, she grilled you. So, do you think a woman should propose to a man?
I think a person should do whatever they feel that they want. That's how I feel. I don't believe in all these rules that society put on people. Do what you feel, do what you want, do what's right, and what's going to make you happy in your life. We got to stop trying to live for everybody else. Live for you, not your mama, not your sister, not your friends, not your daddy, not your cousin, not nobody. Do what you want to do. And then if it makes you happy, I say go ahead and do it. That's how I feel about a lot of stuff.
So would you accept a proposal from a woman?
Yes, I would. I was when I was in college, I was proposed to by a woman.
Did you marry her?
No, we did not get married.
Why?
Because for one, I took it as a joke, and I was 21, and she was 21 also, and I felt like she wasn't serious about a lot of stuff, especially relationships. So she had a lot of growing up to do, and she did it in front of her whole family, her mama, her sister, her dad.
Really?
And I said, I was basically like, let me holler at you in the back real quick.
And so
Edwin agrees with you.
should that have been a cue for her to let her know that you were not ready to marry her? Like,
but see, this is the thing. Me and her, we had been like best friends since we were like 12, so we never had like a sexual relationship, nothing romantic or nothing. She had a boyfriend that she had, that I introduced her to and everything, and they had broke up, and she's like, well, Marco, you always been with me and always been there for me, and maybe we should be together. And I was like, no, we like brother and sister and everything. So, but we were kids. I was 21, she was 21, and I didn't have a problem with what she did. The timing just wasn't conducive to anything we were trying to do with our lives at that time.
so today, if a woman proposed to you, would you accept? Now you're being a grown man.
Right. The woman that I'm with, and we love each other, and she just, I guess, can't wait for me to ask her. If she asks me, cool. I commend women who do stuff like that, because so many women are afraid to look like this in the eyes of someone else, or look like this, or be perceived as this or that. I commend women that go out there and be proactive in, dealing with men. You ask for a man number, you ask a man out, you approach him. I'm not opposed to that at all. It's happened to me a lot of times, and so no, I would not be.
But if you know that she's anxious, why not propose?
Right.
Oh, that's not good.
I don't know. Wait a minute. Hold on. Like, if you know that she's anxious, well, if you know that she's anxious, then yeah, okay, maybe you need to, hurry up or whatever. But at the same time, you don't let anybody pressure you into doing anything. You do things when you are ready. Even though y'all are in a relationship and y'all are considered as one and y'all feel like that, you're still two different individuals with two different brains. And you got to do things when you're ready. Like I just said a second ago, you don't do things because this person wants you to do it, or that person, or this or that. You do things when you want and you feel. And if everybody
Right. So if you feel that the man should propose to you, then you wait.
Right. And if he doesn't, do you leave him?
No, I don't think you should.
Thank you very much.
Well, I disagree. I'm going to disagree. If I feel like I'm ready to get married and we've done this dance with whatever time frame I put on it, when I've reached my cap, I'm going to leave, because here's the thing.
You're going to leave and start over with somebody else who's going to do the same thing.
But see, here's the thing. That would not be the case. That would not be the case. You're going to leave, because why sit up here and continue to do all the things that married people do? It's like either you do or you don't. But we have to get ready to wrap up. Oh my God, we may have to do a part two to this.
But DeMarco will be with us next week. Right, DeMarco?
Yeah. Do another one, because I could talk about that for a long time.
I want to thank you so much for calling in, DeMarco.
We really appreciate it.
And I want to thank you all for joining us for another episode of the Jaye Spot, where we were talking about should a woman propose to a man. It's got really, really good. So we are definitely going to have to come back and do a part 2 on this. But thank you so much, Eb, for sitting in with us.
Thank you,
really
ladies.
Appreciate it.
You.
Thank you guys for listening to us, the Jaye Spot on IntellectualRadio.com and iHeart Station.
Come out to the party on February 18th. Check the
We're hitting the Jaye Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.